everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, Girlie the Goddess, for another awesome episode of Flawless Dreams Radio Show. And today is Friday in the state of Florida, but I always interview people from all over the world. So let's do this. I wanted to give a shout out to a few people first. A shout out to I Said It of I Said It Management. Shout out to Mimi Acosta, the legendary Mimi Acosta. Shout out to Lizzie Smith. Shout out to Lil Ninja, who is the creator and owner of Lil Lynn's Moving and Grooming, and currently in the nomination, being nominated for the Ocala magazine in Florida, as well as your girl Lily over here, and also Chibi Couture. So if you have not heard of Chibi Couture is a fashion line created by the lovely Isabel Maria Cruz, my older sister, and I'd have to say that her two best employees, which would be her two lovely daughters, my nieces, Gabriella and Liliana. Shout out to the two lovely little princesses. Always helping their mom out, always helping keep the merchandise creative and coming in like crazy. Beautiful stuff. Chibi Couture is a fashion line that was created for people of all ages so that they can enjoy something cute. And, when we go to the mall or Walmart, wherever it is that you go shopping, and you see something cute, but it's only for the little kids. You're like, well, wait a minute, that's actually really cute. I would wear that, but it's just not in my size or my age group. Can somebody make that in my size? It could be a pajama. You ever seen a pajama shirt? And you're like, man, that would look so cute in that, but it's not my size. It only fit my 8-year-old, but it's really cute. Like, what? Why do the little girls get the cute stuff and we get stuck with these boring shoes? Anyway, fashion is a wonderful subject to get in touch with. If you are a fashion designer, pursue more things in fashion that are unique and creative, because we definitely need that. And that's something that I always tell my sisters. I make sure that you give us something new. Don't just do what's trending, because you could be a trendsetter. You can create something that just because somebody, the masses are not doing it, doesn't mean you should start something. I'm all about starting stuff, like creatively. So again, if you have not heard of Chibi Couture, take a look at some of these items real quick so you can get a little bit of a grasp on Chibi Couture. Yes, definitely shop Chibi Couture. Just go to Google, type in chibicouture.com and see what is on sale, because we know that we have the Thanksgiving, the Black Friday, we got Christmas coming. Yes, definitely check it out. Today we have a special guest, the lovely Shantika. Would like to bring her on board so that we can get to know this beautiful queen. How you doing, lady? What's up?
Hey, hi, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you.
I'm good. I'm so glad that you can join us.
Me too. Thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate you bringing me on to learn a little bit about who I am and, everything that's going on with me.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, my name is Shantika Lynch. I am the mother of five. I have four sons and one daughter. I am a business owner, a cosmetologist of 21 years. And yeah, and I'm on the show today because of a very serious charge that I'm facing. Um, I don't know if I should say that now or later. It doesn't matter to me if you want me to say that here right now.
You can go right ahead and tell us what it is that you are sharing with us. It's so very deep, very personal, and so serious, and
Serious.
it could affect your life and your loved ones.
Yeah, it has affected my life tremendously. I am currently facing a charge for murder of a gentleman by the name of Jeremy Peterson. I briefly had a relationship with him, not a serious relationship as a committed relationship, but we had a brief relationship in 2022, and that relationship ended just as fast as it started. And ever since it ended, he became a stalker and a harasser of me at my place of business, my place of work, my home. Anywhere he saw me, he would stalk me and harass me. And October of last year, October 18th to be exact, he lost his life. And I'm being charged with the loss of his life. Currently, I am on house arrest. I'm not able to leave my home for any reason except for to go to court and to church 4 hours on Sunday. And so I've been living my life like that for the past year. It'll be 1 year on the 14th of this month since I was arrested.
And that's because of the investigation that's going on currently. They're doing an open investigation.
Well, the investigation has already been done. As far as they're concerned, I'm guilty. I was arrested and charged with murder. And they came to that conclusion, and there was no more investigation. So now I'm facing court hearings. So I've been going back and forth to court all year long. My next court date is actually November 17th, and that will be the actual preliminary hearing. And so at the preliminary hearing, you have all the evidence that will be presented to the judge to see if this case should proceed to a trial. So,
Right. Wow. Would
yeah.
it be civil,
I'm sorry.
like a civil trial, civil court?
No, criminal.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's
you
a
know,
murder charge.
it doesn't sound like they did enough investigation, Shantika. It just sounds like they kind of wanted to put it on someone, close the case, and then let
Yeah,
that be that.
yeah,
And that's not cool because that destroys a person's life, and
yeah,
that's ridiculous. I'm
yeah.
like, you guys are that bored? You just gotta just, I mean, can't you do some proper police investigation? But
Hmm.
the police don't really do that. The police don't. Police
Yeah,
don't investigate. That's really not even their job. They just take a few little notes and stuff. The investigators are supposed to investigate, but they're not doing it.
yeah. The
They're
detectives, right? The detectives, because you have this title of a detective. So in my mind, I guess we're conditioned to what we see on TV, and we think that there's going to be a thorough investigation, and that just did not happen with me. And I have firsthand knowledge now of how you can really your life could be snatched from you in an instant just based
Mhm.
on someone not wanting to do their job in its full capacity. So
Right. That's the key right there. We're gonna highlight that. They simply don't want to do the job.
hmm,
And I can and we all know, I mean, there's a lot of us who have experienced, being in a situation where, police officer is not doing his job. I had my father had to tell an officer off, and it was a
mm,
good thing that my father worked at a reentry center,
oh wow.
and also was is ex-military, retired
Oh,
military.
yeah,
He told the man, because if you do not have, that's what strengthens your voice.
yeah,
If you don't have a little bit of power,
yeah.
you screwed.
You know, yeah,
And,
you're
and
Yeah.
You screwed. You have no chance, no chance. It's just, and that's why I tell people, you know what, sometimes it's good to go to those one, even if it's just that week course, to learn about the, like, you know, what it is to be a security officer. You
Mm-hmm.
might gain some knowledge on your rights,
Mm-hmm.
as and also you get a little bit of security yourself, knowing, hey, you know, because I have that on my ID and it says security officer,
Yes.
I feel like I can worry less about an officer getting stupid with me.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I did it.
Wow.
I did it. I said, if you can't beat them, I'm gonna join them. And I promise you, you know, your case, you know, if you have your lawyer, may I ask that?
Yes, I do. I have a lawyer. Yes.
Okay, and then we don't have to go into, you know, the nitty gritty details of what your lawyer has advised you to do. I
Mm-hmm.
think that what you're doing right now is a good thing as it is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, putting your story out there, getting your voice heard, and what took place that day.
Yeah.
What are you allowed to
Mm-hmm.
disclose what took place that day?
I guess what is known in the public about it. Yes.
Okay. Well, then why don't you let us know what was in the public, Chicago. You're in Chicago?
No, no, no. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in
Oh,
California.
you in LA. You in LA. You in the L to the A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, you in LA.
Yeah.
Okay, so then because not everybody, you know, all people from all over the world are gonna hear about this.
Yes.
Can you give us the breakdown of what was disclosed in the public records?
Yes. So publicly, what I could say is that this gentleman entered into my salon beauty supply store on that day, which is October 18th, 2024. He came with the presence of wanting to congratulate me for my business, my opening up my new business, but he really had other intentions, and I asked him to leave immediately when I noticed that he was there because I didn't even see him come in. I didn't hear him come in. He just appeared in my store, and it frightened me. I mean, I lost my heart fell to the bottom of the ground when I saw him in there because he was, like I said, a person who was constantly harassing me and stalking me for close to 2 years, close to 2 years. So
Wow.
just to see him in my store that day was so very traumatic for me, just to see him appear because, like I said, I didn't see the door open. I didn't hear the door open. He's just there. And so I just immediately asked him to please leave. He said that he could do whatever he wanted to do. So I proceeded to go find one of the security guards. They're always walking by in the plaza that I work in. And so I proceeded to find one of them to deal with him versus me having to deal with this man who I already reported to the security and provided a picture saying, hey, this man is stalking me. He's dangerous. Please keep him away from me and my business. So I went to find one of those security guards because each one of the security guards had a photo of him. And so I didn't see any one of them. So my next thought was to go and call them to come to my store to deal with him so that I don't have to. And I just wanted him away from me and my clients because I could tell that he was clearly high. Um, on PCP, which his family
Mm.
member disclosed to me that PCP was a drug of his choice. Months after I stopped dating him or talking to him, his family member, disclosed to me that PCP was his drug of choice. And so I knew that he was high from his demeanor, sweating, eyes red, slurred speech, all the things. So I came back. I started to go back inside my store to get my phone and call the security guard when he grabbed my butt. He grabbed my butt, and in response to what he did, I turned and swung on him a couple times. And yeah, so that's basically what happened that day. And um,
You defended yourself, you stood your ground, and on top of it, he entered your building, your establishment,
Yes.
and this that you just opened, and they're like, dang, I finally got. Oh, that's so many business owners,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs' dream is to open their store, and you did that, and then here comes trouble
Here comes
trying to
trouble.
pull you back
Yeah. And
and
so
hold you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, girl, you cut me off. Your story needs to be heard. You
But
go
yeah, no,
right
what I
ahead.
was gonna say is that any cosmetologist can attest to this, especially if you use Marcel irons and pressing combs and you use the old school oven. And I know a lot of stylists use the plug-in tools now, but I'm a diehard old school hairstylist, and I like the Marcel's. As you get, I was just working just now, but um, that's how I work. And so when I was in cosmetology school 20 years ago, I had a very great, awesome, amazing instructor, and he embedded in us, and he made us learn how to hold the rat tail comb and the pressing comb at the same time, because it's sanitary, for one, sanitary purposes, and two, you can't keep putting the comb down to every time you need to do something else with the hair. You need to have those tools in your hand at the same time so that you can use them simultaneously and switch one for another, so he taught us how to do that. He made us learn it, and I've been doing that for 20 years. So I would often have my pressing comb in, I mean, not my pressing comb and my
Hmm.
comb in my hand at the same time if I'm performing a pressing curl hairstyle or
Right.
salon service. So I am currently holding my pressing comb and my rat tail comb when he comes in. I'm in the act of pressing the hair when he enters my store. So naturally, I put down my pressing comb, and my rat tail comb, which stays in my hand all the time, is still in my hand. And so when he grabbed me, my response when I swung on him, I didn't even realize I still had my comb in my hand. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that right now, but it's just the truth. But I didn't realize there's even, I think, video footage of me noticing when I actually had my comb in my hand.
The
No,
fact that you did not realize is let's hide that. Let's highlight that, okay? Someone who did realize, that's intentional.
yeah,
That's intentional assault.
right.
You didn't intend none of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't see him come,
Absolutely.
like you knew that he, like after he had touched your butt,
Hmm.
okay, like, and you were defending yourself, but it was a reaction.
A
It was
reaction,
it
right?
was a sudden reaction, and you acted quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
didn't act with the intent to hurt anyone. You were in the middle of doing your job, which you're still there now.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
can see this. People
Absolutely.
can see that you're just a woman just doing her job,
Hmm.
minding her business, and then trouble just decided to find you.
Yeah.
And trouble was his own demise.
Yeah.
Trouble was his own demise.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's evidence that's going to come out. Even before he even got to me, he was on a path of destruction before he even got to me that day. So there's evidence of that. There's testimony of that. So it's just this situation is so unfortunate all the way around. But I just believe that there's some good that's going to come out of it. I don't know all of it, but I know the things that are in my heart to do that I believe that God has placed in my heart to do.
In Jesus'
um,
name. Lord.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just holding on because and I'm just waiting for God to shoot me into the catapult me into the next part of this. I'm
Right.
excited for that. I'm excited for people who are witnessing what's going on with me, and they're having, faith, and they're having, um, you know, it's changed their life in a way to watch me go through this. One of my clients exposed that to me, or she told me that the other day, that watching me go through this, it's done something for her in a way that it's given her strength and in a way for her to be able to move forward in her life, just watching me go through it. And now it's not easy. People say I make it look easy, but I know it's all by the grace of God that I'm even able to have my sanity and be
Amen.
charged in a murder charge. Like
Yeah.
this is beyond me. I can't even conceive what these people have said that I've done, because it's in I guess the autopsy says that um, he was. I had I guess a two-part motion where it went in his heart and then in his lung. So
Okay.
it didn't even. It doesn't even make sense because of the action. I only had one action that could have even made contact with him, and it wasn't even. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but it's just beyond me, and I'm just real. Like anybody who knows me know that I don't really hold
You
things.
can tell you've been going through it, Shantika. You've been
Yeah,
going through it, and for a
uh,
whole year going through it, and then and all you trying to do is work.
I'm just
You,
worried. The only thing I intended to do was handle my customers that are coming in to buy beauty supply products and handle my clients that come to sit in my chair to get their hair done. That's what I intended to do.
that's it. You
Um,
and you can tell you love what you do because I can hear the way that you're speaking about cosmetology and I've been to school for cosmetology. I still have to like do some more because you know how you gotta keep updating your knowledge and stuff. Yes. Okay. And then I said I became a certified nail tech. I can't speak
okay,
because you know this the way this
you got
crap.
that's your license.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right up
Okay,
on there. There we go. There we go. Right
okay,
there.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and all you over here trying to do is just work. That's it.
yeah.
And it's
Mind
just
you,
crazy that that happened. That's the devil, man. That's the devil trying to hold somebody back.
yeah. It is very. This entire case is demonically charged from beginning to now. It is very demonically charged. It is beyond me. But whenever I face, but you know what? Unfortunately, um, for me, I've experienced a lot of trauma in my life, and it's just another mountain that God is going to see me over to the other side.
Amen.
And I say unfortunately because I don't. We think that people shouldn't have to experience a lifetime of trauma, but when I tell you it's been one thing after another my entire life, and it's not a sympathy thing. It's not that, because I've been strong through it all and I've been able to come out of it. You know what I mean? Graciously, by the grace of God, on top, on the other side, every single time. Like nothing has broken me to the point where I have given up hope, love. You know what I mean? Uh,
Faith. Hmm.
faith. You know what I'm saying? Just like nothing is going to break me to where I'm just gonna fold and say, you know what, you got me this time. I'm done. You know,
Nope.
it's
Nope.
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I know that.
You have a strong story, Shantika. Something that
Yeah,
could be made into like a documentary, a
yeah,
movie.
it
Definitely
definitely
strong.
is, especially all the details and everything. And
Oh yeah.
and I was gonna say earlier, mind you, I have tried everything in my power to get this individual to leave me alone, from contacting his family members to contacting even ex boyfriends and ex people that I've dated. Like I had 9 men contact him over the phone. I never asked anybody to approach him personally, because I'm not confrontational like that. And I'm never going to put men in a position to like fight, or you know what I mean, be physical with each other, over me. Uh, that's not what I ever wanted. I just wanted them to call him on the phone and tell him, "Hey, man, she's not alone. Leave her alone." And they did. A lot of them did.
Because you know why it makes sense because I mean we're always told that it's important to have a man's voice, speak to another man because
Speak to
you know
another
the
man.
man don't listen to
Hmm.
the woman. So it's
Absolutely.
like, well, if you ain't gonna listen to me because I'm a woman, maybe
Yes.
you need to hear it from a man. And and there's nothing wrong with that. That makes complete sense to me.
I did it. I did it. I asked 9 men. Five of them were able to get through and speak to him. It didn't go well. Restraining orders. Called the police. He was arrested. Um, it's like, what else can you do? Like, why is it that my decision to not be involved with you anymore? Why is that not respected? Why is that not received? Why is that not a thing? Why I cannot even fathom why it is that I cannot choose to not talk to you anymore. Even though I blocked you, even though I have made it clear, I don't know how many ways, how many times, I do not want to talk to you. I do not want to have anything to do with you. I don't hate you. I wish you the best. This is just not for me, you know?
Right. And Shantika, something I always ask everybody, even the people I interview, um, to share. What's your zodiac sign?
Well, I'm May 1st. So my birthday was,
Taurus.
so yeah.
Like my best friend, a Taurus, and my daddy is a Taurus too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. People didn't leave you alone. You getting that's what it is. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I know, like, even like his draw to me, he asked me at one point after I blocked him. He's been blocked from my phone since December of 2022. So even after I blocked him, he would call my phone sometimes, and sometimes I would answer just to say, like, what is it? Like, what's up? Like, what do you want? Because you've already apologized. Like, there's nothing really more to discuss. And, one time he asked if we could just be friends. And I said, okay, we'll be friends, but it'll be on my terms because I'm not unblocking you or anything like that. I'm not going to take you off block, but I'll control like how the friendship goes. So, you know,
Proud of you.
but
You said everything perfect. You
yeah,
said everything right, like you supposed to say. You said, see, you a businesswoman. The way that you speak and the way that you're conducting yourself, very professional. You're a businesswoman.
yeah,
That's all. And the person, and he literally just came to just bring down your
yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah. But what I didn't understand at the time that when I was initially dealing with him in the beginning of all of this, what I didn't understand is that this was a characteristic of his that was long before he met me. Like, he had a long history of stalking and harassing women, and a sense of entitlement. And so he had even told me a little bit about his sense of entitlement coming out of prison, and that was like a tactic that he used to
Mm.
he acknowledged that he had this sense of entitlement with the parole board hearing because of his upbringing. He was a child, he was the baby of the family, and he pretty much got everything he wanted, and his mother gave him everything he wanted, his sister gave him everything he wanted. So he was a person that did not understand no
Boundaries.
boundaries,
Knowing boundaries. Yeah.
boundaries. So he acknowledged that to the board, the parole board, and so they let him out early. He had a 15-year life sentence in 2007. I think he was convicted for gross vehicular manslaughter, but what he failed to tell me was that his gross vehicular manslaughter was caused because he was initially stalking and harassing two women that he did not know. Just two women on the street, walking down the street in Los Angeles, 3 o'clock in the morning, wherever they were coming from, they were going to their car. He saw them. He decided to stalk and harass them. And this is public information. It's People versus Jeremy Peterson. If you look that up, you'll see this case. And he was stalking these women, followed them to the car, blocked their car in, and tried to put one of the women in the car. I didn't even
Oh.
learn, I didn't even learn about that until I think after he was deceased.
Wow. So he
And
has a previous history of doing said, criminal activity.
yes.
Because
So
that's what that is.
yes,
Kidnapping.
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 Kidnapping, right? I didn't learn about that until after, but I did know that he was. I did learn in 23 that he was stalking and harassing other women, and
Mm.
I learned that ironically from his girlfriend who decided to text me in 23, October of 23, and tell me that she was reaching out to all of the women that he was stalking and harassing. And she wanted to let me know that he was stalking and harassing her now, and that he had threatened her life, and that if and that she wanted to let me know that if anything happened to her, that he did it. So it's just he has this history of.
Was all this presented to your lawyer, your attorney, all this
Oh yeah,
information?
yeah,
Okay, so this is a strong case.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Um, and the fact that you were arrested, I feel like they should be held accountable for doing that, but they're probably not going to, because it just makes them look bad, and
yeah,
they don't want that, you know, being a police officer, what they have is a brotherhood. They can't tell on each other
yeah,
and rat on each other.
yeah,
We all know that.
yeah.
But and as far as them taking responsibility for stopping you, because how long were you in confinement, if I may
I
know?
was yes, so I was incarcerated. I was in jail for 40 days. Um
Oh,
that was, oh my gosh. That was so demonically charged as well. Like it's unbelievable. They arrested me. They said that I was a fugitive, even though they had my address to my home and my
mm,
workplace. I had a lawyer that was in contact with the detectives who they were waiting for them to tell them. My lawyer was waiting for certain information before he took me down to the police station to give another statement, because if my client had nothing to do with his death, then why am I going to bring her down here for another statement? It's
right.
just basic common sense. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but it's just basic common sense. And so I initially had a meeting to meet with the detective by myself, but I have a lot of clients that are lawyers. A lot of the stylists in the salon, they have clients that are lawyers, and everybody, was advising me, you never meet with a detective without counsel, because you just don't do that. And I'm
Yeah,
not a
you got
criminal.
an attorney.
I'm not a criminal. I've never been to jail. I've never been arrested. I don't do go to jail stuff. So I didn't
Right, right, right.
like, I'm green. I was green in this area of, knowing that type of thing. You would think, because I grew up in Nickerson Gardens. I don't know if you know anything about Nickerson Gardens, but it's Nickerson Gardens in Watts in LA. It's the projects. So you might you might think
The
that
project. Every place has the projects.
yeah, so I grew up
Every
in the
place.
projects, but you might think I might have I might know a little something, but I don't, because I don't do go to jail stuff. So I don't have run-ins with the law where I know how to, hey, you don't talk to the police by
You
yourself.
stay out of trouble. You've been known to stay out of trouble. It's basically you keep to yourself. You do what
Yeah,
you have to do. You only take care of
yeah,
your business. Simple as that. You don't bother nobody, and you don't expect them to bother you. It's good
exactly.
if you have. Now, do you have like a handful at least of some witnesses that were there the day of?
Oh yeah. Well, not well. It was only four of us in the salon that day, but
But those are witnesses.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did they agree is it okay to ask if they agreed that they would be your witnesses?
Yeah, they'll be called into court.
They
Yes.
will, because so they already been subpoenaed.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Well, it's good that they're going to be there. It's
Yeah.
important that they be there.
Yeah.
You need them to be there because they're going to testify on your behalf
Yeah.
and prove your innocence,
Yeah.
because they don't have anything that suggests that you are guilty. They
Yeah.
don't really have it. All they have is a body, and and let me tell you, that really doesn't say anything. It really doesn't. I
Yeah.
know too many cases where, this guy, he was hit by a truck in the state of Florida. I know me saying that some people have a weird, dark sense of humor. And
Mm,
I have a friend that does that. She laughs whenever I say certain things.
mhm.
Um, and Nothing was done. As soon as like after him being hit by
Mhm.
the trucker didn't get in trouble or anything.
Wow.
Nope. And he was the father his of a beautiful son. His son will never see him again. I
Wow.
knew him, and
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And there are so many cases where there's a body provided, and then there's no evidence, but it's the cops, man. They don't want to do their job. They don't want to do their job, so they're just gonna pin it on someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it really works. And you know what, Shantika? I remember just to fill you in on something. I remember myself and a friend. We were trying to go to get. It was like 12 midnight. I must have been 18 years old, and I only had my permit at the time, and I had my license yet. And so it was 12 midnight. I couldn't be driving. So
Mhm.
my friend was driving. She had her license. It was one of them foggy,
Mhm.
misty nights in Florida.
Mhm.
Couldn't
Mhm.
see 2 feet in front of you.
Wow.
So we drove slow. Now it's
Mhm.
12 midnight. Nobody's really on the road. So we don't
Right.
really have any, we're just driving slow, taking it easy,
Yeah.
trying to get to Checkers, get our fries. Now, and we were young. We were like, I just told you, 18 years old. They're the babies.
Yeah.
These police, they pulled us over. There was five of them on us. Five of them on us. And we had, they had their guns pointed at us. So we're both unarmed. We get pulled over. We have to put our hands on the dashboard. We got out of the car because when they told us to, slowly, and we did exactly what they said. It was almost like they were doing a practice run, and literally that's what it felt like. They were doing a practice. And one of them was a rookie. He was a rookie. One of them was. He was really young. He was a rookie. And he had the energy of like I'm gonna prove that I'm this hero of the world. I'm like, you ain't even Batman. Go sit down. I was like, and so I had the gun pointed at my head, and then
What?
yep. And then the two officers had their firearms, two of them, pointed at my other friend. She was much taller, much darker complexion, and I said, "Why you need two? What's that about?" And I think it's the first time in my life ever. It was ever, because I'm from New Jersey originally. I'm from New Jersey. I never experienced anything like this in my life. But the further south I went, that's when things started to look a little funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, what in the
Wow.
world is going on in Citrus County, Florida? And
Wow.
long story short, the five of them, one came out of his jurisdiction, much older cop. My friend she took the breath test. She passed. She was fine. They were checking. It was like a practice run. They made her walk the line. She was fine. She walked it. They still arrested her and charged her for DUI.
No.
Then she called me up and she says, "Leah, I love you so much, but I gotta go back to New York." And I said, "Well, you gotta do what you gotta do." I said, "And I don't blame you. After what we just experienced, I can't even explain that one. That felt like the Twilight Zone." And now I couldn't take the car because it wasn't my car. And they were looking through the car, taking it apart. They didn't find anything. It
Right.
didn't matter. It didn't matter. We were still treated like criminals. And one of the
Yeah.
officers told me, "Or are you heading to a drug party?" I said, "No, no." He said, "Well, the way you're dressed, shows that you look like you're going to a drug party." I'm like, "I'm wearing jeans. I was wearing jeans. I'm in Florida. I'm wearing jeans, platforms, and a top that covered my belly button, that covered my body. It was like one of those halter tops, and I
Wow.
had my cute little curls with my hoop earrings." And I said, "Sir, I don't know. I've never been to a drug party, so I wouldn't know how they dress. I work at a fashion store, a retail store. At the time, I worked at a retail store, so I shopped for what they had.
Right.
And I said, I could tell you where I work." I said, "Listen, because I have nothing to hide, I will literally blurt you my biblical story.
Wow.
Like, what do you want to hear?" And so, but the thing is that I didn't even bother with all that. I didn't, because I don't have to. I don't have to say anything.
Wow.
But one of the officers, I'm letting you know, if we do find anything, you're gonna go to jail. I was like, but I don't. First of all, it's not my car. I don't know there to be anything in here because we're not doing anything.
Right.
So and I know that you're probably trying to set me up to say something, but honestly, I'm being honest. I don't. This ain't my car, and I don't do drugs. And you just took a breath test on her, and you can do one to me, and you didn't do one to me. They didn't do one to me. They didn't do one to me. Now, of course, I wasn't the one driving, but still,
Right.
if you were accusing us of going to a drug party, wouldn't you check
Right.
us for drugs, both of us? And
Wow.
you didn't do that. Then they said, oh, I don't know why you're still standing here. You can get walking now. One of the officers said that I can drive home. And I said, I can't because it's midnight and I don't have a license. And by law, I'm not allowed to drive without a license. I only have a permit. And at this
Mm-hmm.
hour, I'm not allowed to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling him that. So I said, can one of y'all be nice enough to drive me home?
Mm-hmm.
And I told them where I had lived.
Right.
I lived in a nice neighborhood. I said, I told them exactly where I lived. And then they heard the name of the neighborhood. And I was like, mm-hmm. And you're not going to drive me there? Pine Ridge, Beverly Hills, Florida. Everybody knows, very nice neighborhood. So I mean, it's got horses. It's got a horse ranch and everything.
Wow.
Now, when the older officer he asked, "Will anybody be taking this young lady home?" They had said that they were going to do it, but when he left, they changed up and they most of them left, and except for the attitude young rookie cop, he says, "I don't know why you're still standing here. You can start walking." Let me tell you, where I started walking, I did had no choice. So I started walking in my platforms. And luckily I got a ride because it was that would have been a very long walk. It's not like I was
Terrible.
around the corner. So I
Terrible.
know all too well that police can be stupid.
Yeah.
They can be so stupid. And I'm like, you got to be so bored. And if you're that bored, maybe you should have enlisted in the military. You would have probably been less bored. You would have had more to do. Send your butt to Iraq. My dad went, um, and fight for our country that way because apparently you're too bored to do this the right way. Okay? You're too bored to do this the right way. You're going to send people to jail that don't need to be in there
Yeah.
while avoiding the people who do need to be in there.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Because I know people that get away. People do all kinds of things, and they do not get caught. They don't go to jail. They're evasive. They know how to evade the police. You know, but
Hmm. And that's
in
disgusting. It's
yeah,
disgusting. It
yeah,
makes you wonder, do they, and you know what, drugs? You think that money don't buy and that drugs ain't involved? Yeah, they got a click. We just
mhm,
don't know who.
yeah,
If there's one thing that my other friend who did security, she learned, I don't mean to put this out. I don't mind putting this out there because I mean it's there. My other friend, she was a security officer, and one of the things that she had experienced was being shot at,
mm,
set up by, drum
hmm,
roll, the police.
yeah,
She was set up by the police, and they actually lost their badges. This was a real thing. This
wow,
was in Gainesville, Florida, and this
wow,
had to do with drugs. And when drugs are involved, and you try to stop drug flow, the flow of their drugs,
yeah,
best believe that they're going to come for you. Best believe that and you're just doing your job. And
yeah,
that's why we do have a lot of people that are crooked that are, you know, supposed to be cops to protect us because the people who want to protect us, they're getting killed.
that's right, yeah,
She
yeah,
got shot at and she's small. She only 4 foot, God knows what. And she flew, hit her with an AK-47 and she flew. She survived,
wow,
but it's dark. There's a lot of situations out there, and there's a lot of people that have to go into hiding,
yeah,
Shantika. A lot of
mm,
people that they're trying. There are people, and I do know them. There are some good cops out there. Shout out to the good ones.
yeah, yeah,
They're just trying to do their job, and things because of the people who are crooked, they've made it their life
right,
hard.
right, right,
They have made it hard.
hmm,
The lazies, the druggies, the secret this, that,
yeah,
they've made it hard.
right,
That's why we don't see them very much and we don't hear about them very much.
yeah,
But I pray to God
mm,
in your case that the truth unveils beautifully
yeah,
as far as
thank you,
proving your innocence and showing
mm,
that you was a woman that literally went to work, was minding her business, did not intend to hurt anybody. It was an accident
yeah, yeah,
because it was self-defense.
hmm,
The man was already on a destructive path. And we know other cases. We do know other cases, Shantika, where somebody, has been drugged up?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Let me turn this down.
You go right ahead. It's
I'm
perfectly
listening
fine.
to you though. My other
Ooh,
client is coming in. Hold on a second.
ooh, you go ahead. See, she's just a woman just working, ladies and gentlemen. Just working. She's just handling her business. That's all she's doing. Not trying to bother nobody, not trying to hurt nobody. But
Exactly.
when can we feel safe that we are allowed to have to defend ourselves?
Right.
How do you feel that you can defend yourself and then when the police get involved, that you can be like, hey, listen, I was defending myself and this will happen, and then not get arrested, and
Yeah.
then not get charged with something that's like, well, I did not do this to this person. This happened because the person was on drugs. They were on something,
Yeah.
you know.
Really, honestly, the way that the coroner is saying that he died, it's impossible for me to have caused his death, and I'll just say that because that's just what it is. Like, I really can give this case to a fifth grade class, maybe a third grade class, and they will look at all the evidence and they will say absolutely not,
Right.
absolutely not. So some other things took place. Um, that has a part to do in what happened to him after he left me. And,
Okay.
that's just what it is. So, and there's no intent. Like, why would I intend to do that and then return to work as if nothing never happened?
Right. So what had happened is, after the altercation that you and him experienced in your shop,
Hmm.
and he left, he something took place to cause his demise.
Yeah, there's a witness, like, and this is information that was given directly to law enforcement, to the deputies who were taking the statements of someone. They, gave information of something else happening after he left me. So that was not investigated properly. It was actually used and turned into a lie against me. That's what happened. It
Wow,
was
so
used
they
and turned
really
into
were
a
lazy. They really did not
lie.
give a darn to
No.
do this properly.
Yeah.
I'm in shock. I'm in shock
Absolutely.
because it's not a joke.
It's
This is
not.
not a joke.
Let me tell you, when I was arrested, first of all, I told you they arrested me as a fugitive. And then come in. They arrested me as a fugitive. Come in. Come in. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I know we're live. Sorry, but this is real life. This is what happens.
Yeah, this is real life. If you want, Shantika, if you want, do you feel that your story was successfully shared?
I'm
Do
sorry.
you do you feel like your story tonight was successfully shared?
I do. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I wanted. I'm gonna let you get back to work because that's all you trying to do.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's just trying to work. She ain't trying to hurt nobody.
Stay tuned. Like, if you want to know more, I do have a page that I'm so personable. Like, I don't really do social media. I'm a really old school at heart. I was born in 1975, and I really don't care about social media and stuff like that. But I do. There is a page called Justice for Tika. So I'm gonna try to upload, even videos like this there. Have my friend who's monitoring. She's monitoring that page for me. So I'll have her, like, put more information on there. I did an interview that was closer to when I first came home, and it's probably a little bit more information in there. So if people want to see, just check that out as well. It's called Justice for Tika
Oh,
on
behind you.
Instagram. So
Okay, hold on. Let me get that put up here. Justice for Shanty. Give me 1 second.
yeah, for Tika. So,
Oh, okay. So not the whole name, for just Tika.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Justice
Let me
number
take that.
4 and Tika. Yeah.
Okay. Let me take that off the screen real quick. All right. So what? Oh, for goodness sakes. All right. So sometimes,
That's okay.
sometimes stuff just happens. Give me one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
beautiful image. Anyway.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, there we go. Thank you.
There you go.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So pressing all these buttons and getting all these notes together. I'll tell you. Well, I thank you for joining me tonight on my show, FlawlessDreams Radio Show, and getting your story out there. I'm an '80s baby, 1986. But you know what? I'm the 70s was in my heart. I don't know what it is. Maybe I was born in the 70s. I don't know. In a past life, I don't know. But it was wonderful hearing your story. The fact that you are a businesswoman and
Mhm.
entrepreneur.
Mhm.
And you did it on your own. With
Well, yeah, I
support
have
from
business partners. I have business partners, but we did it on we did it on our own.
right,
4 women, 4 of us. But
right. So I'm gonna let you get going so you can get back to work because that's what you're doing. That's all you trying to do, and people need to leave you alone. And
mhm.
our prayers and my blessings go out to you. Please keep us in the loop. We're gonna try to follow your case and your story. I'm gonna get that link from you. The link that you mentioned for Tika.
Mhm, mhm.
Please.
Let me say
Ju-
this. There's a little bit more information. Like there's a video on the original Hood News on Instagram and TikTok. It's called Original Hood News. If you go on there, there's a video of me and my lawyer. He's explaining a little bit more about the case as well. So there's some information on there as well. So if people
Okay.
are interested to see, a little bit more about the case, Original Hood News has a few videos, and also Najee Ali. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's a community activist here in Los Angeles. He originally, started this interview process with me, just putting my information out there, which is how I got to you, basically. Him initially starting it up and interviewing me and,
It's very good.
showing interest in what's going on with me. So Najee Ali, he posted some information about me as well. So, and he's still kind of like helping me out with some things or whatever. But
Very good.
yeah,
Very good. So you have a lot of support, which is important.
yeah.
God bless you, Shantika. Send me that link also.
Oh,
And if you have a Facebook,
I do. So it's Shantika I am.
because I'm like, I was like, am I following you yet? I would think I would.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Shantika, I am.
Mhm.
Like I and then M.
Mhm. IAM.
Oh, I am.
Mhm. Mhm. So that's for Instagram as well too. So
Okay, is it a picture of it
a rose.
flowers?
Yes, it's a
You
picture.
know what? You use those pink flowers. I used to have that as a on my desktop too.
Wait, is it pink flowers? It should be like a red rose, like a rose.
A rose? Okay, so let me see. Is it a rose? Yes, it's a rose.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then all right, so I believe I have you now. So now you can send me, you'll see it'll say accept a friend request from Lee Cruz. That's me. And you can
Okay.
go ahead and add me and then send me that link and I'll be on top of sharing that with a few people that are really, really good at advertising. So which is important. So we'll get the word out. We'll get your story out. It's very important to do that.
Thank you.
And I really see that your story is gonna be like on Netflix someday.
Amen. Yeah, I can see that too because it's a great story that well, I don't know about great, but it's a story. I don't know if
It
great is
is a
the
great
right
story
word.
because
It's a
look
story
at
that
look how well you're carrying yourself through this process. So many people would have folded. It would have destroyed them emotionally. Look how beautiful you're carrying yourself. Look at that.
yeah. Because when you're innocent and you're not a liar and you're not a criminal,
Right.
it
You
speaks
give
for
and you give it to the Lord. Say, Lord, please protect me because something's just trying to bring me down and stop
yeah,
me from just doing what I love to do, which is
yeah.
cosmetology and
Hmm.
work. That's it.
And
Just a
serve
working woman.
the people.
That's it. Oh,
People.
it's something that the police need to remember to do because I remember before the side of their cars used to say serve and protect. Now it says pride, courage, and character.
They took that out because they do not follow that. Like there's something very wrong going on. I was gonna say that when you were talking about your situation when you were 18, all I kept hearing was protect and serve, but that is the farthest thing from what they were doing that day. And even in my case, you know what I mean? It was not about protecting and serving. It's like,
especially in your case, especially because then where, the law states, you're supposed to be able to defend. You stand your ground defense law. That is a law. The stand your ground defense. We need it. It saved me. The stand your ground defense law it saved me.
wow.
Because I had a woman that was trying to get me in trouble for her phone.
Wow.
Her phone. You hear me? That situation where my father had to step in, he had to tell the officer, you need to do your job. Because the officer was telling my father, you're getting on my nerves. He goes, I don't give a damn if I'm getting on your nerves. You need to do your job.
Absolutely.
And so, he didn't want to take our statements.
Oh, wow.
I wrote down my statement. And then the other lady wrote down her statement, and we had a witness. He didn't want to get the witness's statement.
What is this? What is this?
No. And the woman who was trying to get me in trouble was from Jacksonville, completely out of town. She just decided to jump in and get involved, and she took the older man's side because he's older. And he told me, I was taking my daughter to a birthday party at the time. She was small. And then and she started crying because she was scared about what was happening to mommy and my friend. My friend didn't make it any easier, but I was telling the guy, he was trying to get me in trouble for scratching his car. I said, sir, we can exchange insurance and then they can get that taken care of. Right. There's really no need for all the yelling. Easy. And, I'm glad you served our country. My father did too. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what that has to do with the situation with a little dent in your car. Mm-hmm. All we have to do is just, you could literally pop it out with your hand. It was that he had a truck versus our car. Yeah. And he goes, well, it aligns perfectly. I'm like, well, it's a windy day. Is it possible that this car, the car door bumped your truck? Would you like, and again, the insurance would cover it.
You're right.
He didn't want to hear anything I had to say. I felt like, again, I was in the twilight zone. This is something that could have been spoken about, calmly.
Yeah.
And that's all, and educatedly. And he said, I'm going to get you in trouble. You're going to jail. Now, these were the words that came out of his mouth. And I'm like, may I ask for what? Now, I'm staying completely calm, cool, and collected, but deep down inside, I was losing my mind. And I was staying calm because of my daughter in the car. Like, I need her to see how you're supposed to handle yourself in this situation. Right. Absolutely. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what I did. This older woman took his side, and then she's trying to take my picture and my friend's picture, and then she was putting her body up against mine, and I'm up against the car, so she's pushing herself, and she's yelling at other people, making a scene, saying, "Help me!" I'm like, this is me against the car. I'm like, this, help you, help me. And people were laughing because they saw what was happening. They were like, they thought she was my mom or something, like it was a mother-daughter, like a teen problem. Yeah. And so, but sometimes I try to make a joke in light of the situation, because if we get so stupid, I don't know.
Right.
It's like, is this really happening right now? Oh, I'm Sagittarius, November 26th. I got a birthday coming.
Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah, November 26th this month. Yeah. And but luckily, you know what happened? So they wanted to arrest me. My dad says, you're not arresting my daughter. We're not doing that.
For what?
So, yeah, they wanted to arrest me. And but I had a witness. So my witness showed up, testified on my behalf. The old man did not show up with his truck, about his truck. But the woman that was out of town showed up on his behalf. She was trying to say that because she's like, oh, I have all these health issues. And I'm like, well, because of the fact that she's pushing her body all over me, I'm like, you could have fooled me. You got some strength for an old lady. And
right.
And so the prosecutor wanted to rule, and because the judge, we were going in circles. And I had a witness, and my witness made more sense than that old lady. And the judge says, what do you want to see out of this? And he asked the prosecutor. He said, we would like you to rule in favor of the phone.
What? This is not.
And that sounds like some bull, right? What?
I'm being punked. Where's Ashton Kutcher? What's his name? Kutcher, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. I'm like, this is a Twilight Zone. This is not real. No. And so And see, because what I did was I took her phone. She was pushing herself on top of me. So instead of hitting her, I took the phone and I threw it so that she would chase after it and I can go to my daughter. I went inside the car. I closed the door and I went like this to my daughter. I was like, calm down, because she was freaking out. She was
Of
upset.
course.
She's seeing this woman push her body up against her mom. So now she's having an attack. She's freaking out. I'm trying to. The woman opened the door. This is, look at the, you know what that is? Trespassing. You're invading. She opened my door and she put her phone in my face. You're gonna pay for this. And my daughter screaming at her, leave my mom alone. And then, it escalated more than what it needed to over a little bump and a phone.
Right.
Because the woman wanted to get into my personal space. I threw the phone so that I did not make contact with her.
Right.
And I did when the only contact I was at today, I had to kind of go like this part of my body right here, not the hands. If you do not make hand-to-hand combat, like contact, it's actually better. If you
Right.
use from here your forearm and kind of push away, it's better than hands. That's the first thing that they look at is hands. Don't use your hands. Use something else. And for self-defense.
Wow.
So they wanted the judge to rule in favor of the phone. The judge looked like he wanted to die laughing. He says, a phone can't hurt you. And he says, it sounds like Miss Cruz took the lesser of an evil and decided to not, instead of laying hands on the woman and hurting her, she decided to throw the phone so the woman would go chase after it, giving her time to get into the car to calm her screaming child. You
Right. See?
So stand your ground defense.
Common sense.
Common sense, and that's exactly in your case, stand your ground defense.
Right.
All you were doing, the person came into the establishment, came and harassed you, you stood your ground, you defended yourself, you had a customer, you had people around, you defended yourself. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, what happened afterwards, that's not your fault.
Right.
That's not your fault.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then there's witnesses on top of it. The witnesses are so important. That video is so important.
Oh, yeah. 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 Mind you, after my encounter with him, he was able to walk away and talk to people and have conversations and laugh and everything. So
I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this right now. I know that in Jesus' name, everything's going to work out. I just believe it within my heart and my soul. And I encourage you that when this is done, when this is all, passed, that you get your story, put into like a book.
Mm-hmm.
You sell that thing on Amazon or put it, send it to a Netflix. Get your story heard, because this is a situation that's not isolated. This happens to other folks.
Yeah. So that's what I want people to. That's what I want hairstylists to know. You know what I mean? This could happen to any one of us because we're trained to keep our tools in our hand. And if somebody comes in your place of business and attack you, and you just happen to have your tool in your hand, and something happens, like, it could happen to any one of us at any given moment. You know what I mean? Anybody, anywhere. You know what I mean? It could happen to you. You could be at home cooking and somebody attack you, or do something and touch you in the wrong way, and you have a response.
Or take out the mail, or pick up the mail. And,
anything like it's so deep. And
that's the question. When can you feel safe to defend yourself? Just simply defend yourself, and trust that after you're done defending yourself in your rights, within your rights, that the police will protect you from having to go behind bars, which you don't need to be there, and because then that stuff comes up on our record, and that can hurt our image very much. Not just the image, but just our record. It hurts us. And for what? For what?
Yeah, for what?
You need people to work, but you're going to make them scared to work because then they don't know how to defend themselves.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's a lot. But, I have the faith that it's working. It has already worked in my favor. I just have to live to see the manifestation of it, and to, move to the next part of what is in front of me. That's really what I'm focused on. Just what's next. So I really appreciate you, Lily, for having me on your show today. I can't wait to come back and, share details of the what has transpired since today, updates and everything. So just looking forward to moving forward. That's really it.
Thank you so much, Shantika. I love you, and I'm sending you a hug. I'm sending you a hug. I'm sending
Thank
you a nice big hug.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
God bless you so much. My prayers are with you, and
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate that.
there in heart and spirit.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate it. And I feel the love. I feel the support of everybody who is loving on me and supporting me from really around the world. I even had people in Africa praying for me when I was in jail. So, I'm just really grateful. I'm grateful for what the outcome will be and what it already has been.
Right.
Even
I
the
have a question. I have a few pictures, and can you tell me a little bit about the people in these pictures? And
okay, yeah. Oh, that's Najee Ali, the gentleman that I was telling you about, who initially started the interviewing, and he shared an interview with me, which the gentleman in Chicago, I forget his name. Oh my gosh. But he saw the someone else saw the video and they passed it to him, and then that's how it got to you. You know what I mean? People have just been
Mhm.
passing my story around. So that's Najee Ali. That's one day after court. And those are three of my sons, my oldest son, my youngest son, and my middle son. Off to my left is my middle son, and the oldest on the other right end, and the middle one is my youngest son. My youngest son.
And you dress so classy. Look at you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh wow! So that's like after court. That's my lawyer sitting with the glasses and the hat. My business partner, my mother, my aunt, my son, and my daughter-in-law, my auntie, my granddaughter. I'm a grandmother of one. So that's my granddaughter right there. So
Oh.
she has lived her life in the courtroom. Okay, she with them coming back and forth to court with me, she's basically grown up in the courthouse.
Wow.
So
She's a dolly.
yeah,
She look like a little dolly, little cute little plushie. Oh, so cute.
she's super sweet. She's so sweet and smart, and I'm really blessed. And throughout this unfortunate situation that I'm currently in, it's a hill to climb, but I'm willing to climb it for whatever God got on the other side. I really am. When I was in jail, I'll just say this: when I was in jail, there was a time that I wanted to feel sorry for myself and I wanted to cry because I was stressed out because court was coming and I don't know anything about how these procedures are and like what happens in court. So I had this anxiety and I wanted to cry, but I heard something in me say, take a look around, look around. So I started looking around and I see all these women in jail. And and I'm going to say God because I know it was Him, the Holy Spirit saying to me, look, this is the harvest. And the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. And I said back within myself, I'll do the work, but I got to do it on the other side. So I will gladly do the work. And to be honest with you, I cannot wait to be released from this situation, from this ankle monitor, because I don't know if I told you that, but I do have an ankle monitor on my leg, and I cannot wait to be released from it because one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that very same jail, and I'm going to find out how I can get in that module that I was in, which was a mini high power, which was like a really supposedly secure module because of the nature of the crimes that people committed in that were put into that module. But I'm definitely going to go back there to find out how I can minister to the women in there, and also I was told that there was a salon there, so I'm definitely going to go and offer my salon services at that gym. So
Oh my gosh, God bless. That is beautiful. That's what God wants. You see what I'm saying? That's beautiful.
yeah,
Wow.
That's the first thing I want to do. Like I kid you not, that will be one of the first things that I do when they take this thing off my leg.
Oh my God, that's strong. That's
It's
a very
work.
no, that's a very strong song. I said song. There's gonna be a song. That's a very strong story, but I bet you there's gonna be a song after this one.
Hey,
And I know I'm gonna see this on Netflix. I just know it. I just know it.
yeah. I'm telling you,
I have no idea who's gonna play you, but I hope they get the right actress to play you. They better
yeah,
not. Yeah, you got to be in charge of the casting.
yeah, it's really gonna bless. It already has blessed a lot of people. People that know me, but it's gonna bless a lot of people.
Right.
It really will. It really will. It's so much work to be done, and I'm just looking at this as time that God allowed me to rest because I was just working. We did put a lot of work into opening up my store, my beauty supplies. So that a lot of exhaustion and stuff comes with that, and just working and just trying to work so you can pay your bills and live and all the things. So this time that He allowed me to rest, even though I have a murder charge hanging over my head, I just really see it as a time of rest for Him before He catapult me into the next part where I can hit the ground running. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work that need to be done. And like I told him, I will do the work. I'm ready to do the work. I want to do the work. But
You're basically saying God, you're saying God, use me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why this is happening in my life, but use me.
Absolutely.
Tell me what you want me to do, what you need me to do.
I'm your created being, and I'm nothing more, nothing less. You created me. You use me for your will. Like we have the things that we want to do, and we think, the life that we want to live, but God has a plan for us before we even came here. So
right.
I just yield myself to that. I'm not perfect. I know that I'm not. I am who I am, and God knows that. You know what I mean? But I am who I am, and I've been a straight up person all my life. I don't really hide.
And you're so beautiful. You look so young.
Thank you.
You look so young. You have the baby cheekies. You got the baby cheek. See, I'm telling you, baby face always stays. Got a baby face, stay young longer.
Yeah. Right. Baby face looks good too, but I don't even mind telling my age, but I am 50. I am 50 years old this year.
You look fantastic. Please represent, because I'm, you representing what I got to look forward to someday. Yeah. I want to look good too. Absolutely. I want to look good. Show me chapter 50. I want to know that my chapter 50 gonna look nice.
Yeah, listen, nothing a little witch hazel won't do. A little witch hazel snatch that.
I did hear about witch hazel. Yes, I did.
It's a nice toner. It's a skin toner. So I try to use it as much.
I'm using it. I gotta use it because I got a little spot on my head from the sun. The sun doesn't damage me.
Definitely. So, yeah. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Oh, we could talk beauty tips later or something. I don't know. You just make sure you following me. Listen, and then send me that link, please. Don't delay. Send it to me right away.
Okay.
I know you got a client waiting for you, so I'm gonna let you go so you can handle your business. Yeah. Stay in touch, please. Please stay in touch.
I will. Thank you so much again, Lily. I really appreciate you having me on your show, listening to my story. Thank you for your audience. And thank you for everybody listening, and whatever you've learned and would like to learn, just stay tuned. Thank you very much.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a chance to listen to Shantika's story. Very deep, very powerful, very emotional. A wonderful, strong journey, because not everybody can endure such a journey, but she has been doing it, and it doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean nothing that's worth it comes easy. A lot of hard work is involved in these things. When you're trying to run a business, what do you do when someone comes to assault you in your own business? What do you do? How can you defend yourself and feel like, okay, your rights are intact to defend yourself without fearing the police? Was there ever a time in your life where you felt like, when you saw a police car, that you were like, oh, thank God they're here? I think I remember feeling that way when I was little. But as time progressed, that wasn't the case anymore. Now, when you see a police officer, it's like, oh gosh, here we go. So how many of of you have experienced that, you can go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below. Share your story, get your story heard. And if you really want a platform to get your story heard, you come and you hit your girl Lily the Goddess up over here. All right, because we want to hear it. We want you to share your voice. Your voice deserves to be heard. Okay, and if you would like to support Flawless Dreams Radio, go ahead and donate to the show, Cash App, $Leonessa. Or if you would like to be a guest on or a sponsor for the show, go ahead and email ohmygoddess15 at AOL.com. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful Friday. God bless and behave yourself.